Good morning, second grade. Today we're going to be learning how to wash our hands. First, we're going to watch a tutorial on how to wash our hands, and then we're going to write 4 steps in order using temporal words. Now, let's review what our temporal words are. There's 4 of them. First, then, next, finally, or last. Those are our 4 temporal words that we use to put steps in order. And then our last objective for today is to submit your guide to washing your hands to Class Dojo. So first, let's begin by watching our tutorial on washing our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, so now that we watched our video tutorial, let's look at 4 pictures from the video. So let's take a couple seconds to just look at the videos and try to put in order and look at what's going on in each step. All right, so as you can see, I have 4 pictures to indicate 4 different steps. In my first step, it looks like I'm turning on the water, right? In my second step, I'm grabbing some soap. In my third step, I'm washing my hands and I'm soaping them up. And in the fourth step, I'm drying my hands with a towel. So let's go to our written part and let's start writing our 4 procedural steps to washing our hands. So I already have the first one written for us as an example. I said, first, turn on the water and wet the hands. So because this is a guide on how to wash your hands, I decided to say, first turn on the water and wet the hands instead of saying wet my hands, because it doesn't only pertain to me. I'm telling everyone how to wash their hands. But you can word it any way that you want to, as long as you have the word first to indicate your first step and your temporal word, and you explain what's going on in the step. Let's move on to our second step. So we have the word then. We know that we use this word to indicate our second step in our how-to guides. So what's going on in the second step? We can go back into the picture. It seems like I'm getting soap, so we can say then get soap, and I like to wet my hands a bit before I start really soaping them up. So I can say, then get soap and wet hands a bit. All right, so at this step, I probably should have told you this before, my bad, but you should have a piece of paper in front of you and you should be following along with me. If you need to pause the video to catch up, you can definitely do that now, but you should be on step 2 by now and following along with me, because we're going to be submitting this to Class Dojo, so you need to be writing your steps too. And if you get this done while watching this video, then you won't have to do anything after. All right, now let's go look at step number 3. I am soaping up my hands and washing them and lathering them. So when we lather our hands, we say, when we soap up our hands, we say that we're lathering them up. So another important piece, we have to use the word next to indicate our third step in the guide. And we can say, next, lather your hands I put for at least blank seconds. Now, this is a really important part of learning how to wash your hands properly. So, if you remember, I was counting out loud in my tutorial. Do you remember the number that I counted to? It was 20, exactly. So I counted to 20 seconds before I rinsed off my hands. That's really important because if you only wash your hands for a couple seconds, it's not going to get off all the germs. So you have to lather your hands for at least 20 seconds. And if you noticed in the tutorial, I was really getting all up in my hands. I was making sure that I was cleaning my thumbs, the backs of my hands, my knuckles, the palms of my hands, in between my fingers. So we can say, to add more detail to the step, we can say, next, lather your hands for at least 20 seconds, making sure to scrub all parts of your hand. That way, our reader knows, oh, when I start scrubbing my hands and lathering up with soap, I have to make sure to get every part of my hand. Let's change this word to your, since we used your here. We want our steps to match. That's why you always have to go back and edit your writing, because even I make mistakes. All right, let's go back to our pictures and look at our fourth step. So in my fourth step, you can see I grab a towel and I am drying off my hands. So in the fourth step, we can say the word finally or last. I prefer to use the word finally. Finally, turn off the water, because you don't see that in the picture, but I definitely turned off the water. Don't leave it running. We don't want to waste water. So finally, turn off the water and dry your hands with, and I was using a towel. So dry your hands with a towel. And these are our 4 steps to washing our hands based on the tutorial we watched. And so anytime that you maybe watch a video or are looking at someone do something and you're thinking, oh man, how can I do that? You can break it up into 4 steps, and that makes it easier for us to remember how to do something. All right, so after you finish writing your 4 steps, make sure to turn it into Class Dojo so I can see all your fabulous 4 steps to washing your hands. And that's it for today, folks. I will see you later in our live sessions. And as a reminder, you should probably go wash your hands. Stay safe and stay clean. See you later. Bye.